how's it going? It is your muscle building coach, Lee Hayward, and right now I'm in the process of editing a leg workout that I shot the other day, and this is a continuation on to the single limb training series that I've been putting together, covering exercises and workouts for all your major muscle groups using single limb training. And the purpose of this is to develop balance and proportion between the left and right sides of the body. So it's a great way to change up your workouts and help spur on some new muscle growth, and also to develop balance and proportion in the process. So if you're ready to get started, let's jump into the leg workout. And we're going to start things off with step-ups. Now this is a very simple movement, but it's a functional move. It's a great overall lower body exercise, and it works your legs in a very functional manner. I mean, everybody can benefit from this movement. Now, even though it's technically not a single leg exercise, because both legs are working as you're doing it, what you'll find is one leg is doing the majority of the workload, and that is the leg that you lead with, the one that you're actually doing the step up with. And what I want you to do is alternate which leg you start with. So I'll do all my repetitions leading with my left leg first, do that for 10 to 12 reps, and then I'll switch and lead with my right leg and do another 10 to 12 reps. And that would be considered one set per leg when you count the reps that you do with each leg leading forward. Now if you're just getting started with this movement, simply using your body weight will be heavy enough, but as you get more advanced, you can increase the resistance by holding a pair of dumbbells at your sides. And again, this greatly increases the intensity of the step up. And you can also vary the height of the box or the step that you're using. Obviously, the higher the step, the more intense the exercise is going to be. And now we're going to move on to the single leg press. And this is a unique leg press variation, and it's a lot harder than the regular two-leg press. I mean, I know when it comes to leg presses, people tend to pile on the 45-pound plates, and it looks really impressive when you're lifting it. But when you do a single leg press, you're going to have to drastically reduce the weight, even more than half the weight that you would normally use for a two-leg press, because it changes the mechanics of the movement. When you do one leg at a time, you're really going to feel your hips, your glutes, as well as some of the muscles along your inner and outer thigh. So it does change the activation of the muscles, and I think it actually engages more muscle because you feel more activation in the working leg. Now, you can experiment with where you place your feet on the foot plate. I like to be just a little bit off-center towards the side of my working leg, and whether you want to have a quad-dominant exercise or a hamstring-dominant exercise depends on where you put your foot. Lower on the foot plate places more emphasis on the quadriceps. Higher on the foot plate places more emphasis on the hamstrings. So you can experiment with this and manipulate your leg press based on what you want to focus on the most. And next up, we're going to do some isolation work for the quadriceps with the single leg extension. Now, leg extensions are a great quadricep isolation exercise in themselves, but when you do them with one leg at a time, you can really focus on each individual quad. And what you may find is, as you're doing these single limb exercises, one leg may feel a bit stronger or more solid than the other. And if that's the case, then I want you to purposely start with your weaker leg first, and then make sure to perform the exact same number of repetitions with your stronger leg afterwards. And by doing this, it's going to help to develop balance and proportion between both legs and help to even them out over time. Now, with all these single limb exercises, start off light and learn the movement. Even though the mechanics is the same, it feels different, and it places a different stress and a different workload on the muscles, joints, tendons, and ligaments. So don't rush into these movements. Take your time, start off light, and build yourself up gradually, set by set. And after the single leg extension, we're going to turn things around and do the single leg curl. And this is a great isolation exercise for the hamstrings. Now, the hamstrings are basically to your legs what the biceps are to your arms. And in fact, a lot of people refer to the hamstring muscle as the leg biceps. So doing a single leg curl like this is almost like doing a single arm concentration curl for your biceps. It's a very strict and isolated movement. You're going to get a really good peak contraction throughout the hamstrings. And as you're doing this exercise, when you curl your leg up, try and curl it all the way up until the foot pad touches your butt. Now, chances are you probably won't actually be able to touch your butt with the foot pad, but try to do it, and by doing so, you're going to maximize the peak contraction in the hamstrings. Now, you may notice here on the video that I'm not using a lot of weight for this exercise, and there's two reasons for that. One is that this is a very hard exercise, and you're not going to be able to handle a lot of weight. And second, I'm using an old school leg curl machine. And what you'll find with a lot of the old school machines is the weight stack feels much heavier than it does for most newer machines. And the reason for that is a lot of the new machines actually have pulleys and counterbalance weight that actually makes the weight stack feel lighter than it is. Whereas the old school machines doesn't have any of that counterbalance stuff. So a lot of times you'll find that the older machines, the weight stack actually feels heavier, and you won't need to use as much weight in order to get an equally effective workout. And now we're going to move on and do some walking lunges back and forth to the gym. And this is a great unilateral leg exercise. It's kind of similar to the step-ups that we did at the beginning of the workout, where both legs are involved in the movement, but the workload is not equal between both legs. And what I mean by that is the front leg, the one that you lead with, is going to be handling the majority of the workload. You can add weight to this exercise if you want by holding dumbbells at your side or having a barbell across your shoulders. But quite honestly, by the time you get to the end of a leg workout and you're doing it as a finishing exercise, just using your body weight alone will probably be intense enough for most people because your legs are already pre-fatigued from all the other movements that you just did. Now when it comes to lunges, you can target different aspects of your leg based on how wide you lunge. If you take a shorter stride, it's going to place more emphasis on the quadriceps. And if you take a longer stride, it's going to place more of the workload on the glutes and hamstrings. So you can manipulate this based on what area of your leg you want to focus on the most. And to finish off the leg workout, we're going to do some standing single leg calf raises. And when it comes to developing your calves, single leg calf work is superior, in my opinion, to double leg calf work, because you can really isolate each individual calf, and when you're doing one leg at a time like this, it will work more of the supporting and stabilizer muscles throughout your ankles and your calves, and you actually get more muscle activation by doing a single leg calf raise. Now, the key to calf training is getting a full range of motion, meaning a full stretch in the bottom and a full peak contraction at the top. A big mistake that you see a lot of guys making when it comes to training their calves is they use way too much weight and they're doing these short little choppy reps, not going all the way down, not going all the way up, just kind of bouncing in that mid-range. And I mean, you can get a killer calf workout without any extra weight at all, literally just using your body weight like I'm doing here on the video and pumping out very strict reps. Full stretch, letting your heel sink all the way down, and then coming up on your tippy toe for a full peak contraction. Now, if you want to make the exercise harder, you can add weight to it. I mean, you can do the same movement on a standing calf raise machine, but again, you're not going to need to use a lot of weight when you're doing a single leg calf raise because it is a lot harder than doing the regular double leg calf raise. And to recap our leg workout, we started things off with step-ups for 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps per leg, followed by the single leg press, again 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps. Then we moved on to some isolation for the quads with the single leg extension, followed by some isolation work for the hamstrings with the single leg curl. Then we moved on to the walking lunges, just 2 to 3 laps back and forth to the gym, and finished things off with some calf raises, doing one leg at a time for 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps per leg. Now, with all these exercises, do as many progressively heavier warm-up sets as you feel you need in order to work up to your top weight working set. And there you go. That concludes the leg workout. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions, comments, or feedback related to this, please feel free to post those down in the comment section below, and I will chat with you down there. And make sure to check out my other single limb training videos covering workouts for all your major muscle groups using single limb training. And I'll have a link to those videos down in the video description below so you can check those out. Have yourself a fantastic day, and I look forward to talking to you in my next video. Take care. Over and out.